to be an exciting final. It's actually the same map pool these guys played in the quarterfinals over in Starladder. I think they're both very well versed on their picks, right? Astralis probably going to be a lock-in for Nuke, but I think it all comes down to Inferno. Arguably Navi's best map in their pool right now. Last time they played it was 16-14. Astralis definitely can do it in 2-0, but there's one man on the server that's probably not going to make that too easy for them.
Oh, certainly not. But what we've also seen, as Janko highlighted, it hasn't just been the simple show.
Exactly.
It's been Electronics also been stepping up to the plate and delivering some really impressive rounds. So I think we are perfectly poised for a phenomenal best-of-3 finals.
And the fact it finishes on Train as well is just so exciting. I can't wait. That's where things really go down, especially the star players, Device versus Simple on the AWPs. That's going to be a lot of fun. We will kick things off on Nuke. It looks like the ninth round already has been complete. I think we've got Astralis starting on the CT side. Bodes very well for them. They have been posting impressive numbers with their pistols as well. We have cast them on Nuke already. They look decent. They look well oiled. They're ready to go. And surely, Vince, this will be a comfortable first map for them.
You'd have to think so, yeah. If you've gone throughout the rest of this event, Astralis have been the team that have been head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah.
They've been on a different level. We thought maybe Fnatic with an incredible godlike Crims could get them close. Didn't end up being the case. They walked through that map too.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get to see Fnatic Astralis in the fight. I think that would have been so sick. But Navi certainly worthy of making it so far. I agree with you. The whole unit looks good right now for Navi. Even Zeus, a player we've been calling out for a while now, not performing. He's actually looking pretty decent. Electronic finally showing us some of that form that he's been kind of rumored to have for years now, and I'm so happy to see that he's actually joining some of the heavy hitters at the very top. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Get hyped. This is the grand final, Astralis versus Navi. We'll be starting things on Nuke. It's a best-of-3. And here we go. 4 sets of armor for the CTs, a CZ for Glaive in the smoke, 1 smoke and an HE for Zeus. He's actually already naded at the very start there. We'll see where they want to head. It looks like Glaive will be finding that first frag. Electronic probing towards the squeaky door. Not going to work out for him. Early lead for Astralis here.
That probe has been turned well and truly around, and now Zipex is going to have to start to chime in with some kills. He's got Device helping him out, and Magisk as well. And Astralis continue to look dominant. Great start.
It's so nice to see them winning pistols finally. That's been such a problem for them. What a clean sweep that was. The CZ pits Electronic to bed to kick things off, funnels Navi towards the ramp, and they get mowed down. Device has been looking so good recently, and so has Zipex. The amount of clutches he's winning, the amount of impact frags he's contributing with has been impressive. We get to round 2 here. Of course, the force buy from Navi will come in. No bomb planted in the pistol, but Simple, he'll be bringing out the armor as well. No early AWP for him, but that's fine on the T side. Device will get a chance to pick off some heads with the scout. He did this tremendously well yesterday. We'll see if he can find some form here. Mages certainly can. That's Flamey going down, 5 on 4. Pretty much job done at this point. Astralis don't have to hunt for any more kills. Outside, sure, it's a key part of the map, but it's not a bomb site. Let them have it. Control upper, lower, watch the secret steps. They should be absolutely fine here.
As you said, Device was an absolute monster with the scout, and as I mentioned it, Simple has been eviscerated, bullet between the eyes. And in that round that they won yesterday, he had pretty much a scout and a couple of CZs, and they managed to turn it around against a full purchase from the terrorists. So this is a weapon Device has been very good with. Zipex in the meanwhile going to be holding down ramp, and Device has landed 2 more shots. He will finish off onto Edward, looking like Astralis going to take a comfortable 2-0.
Yeah, he's just tearing them apart limb from limb right now. It will be 2 players remaining, make it 1. That's a tagged up Zeus. You can see the contribution Device has made to this round. 2 kills, 2 more tags, and Electronic, he won't be able to find anything with this one, I don't think, Vince. This is going to be 2 clean sweeps for Astralis. Device finishes off in style as well, brings up the side arm, and this pistol whips him. And we'll see what round number 3 holds. It should be the full eco now. Remember, Navi, heavy investment there. Everyone down to 0. Everyone sitting around the $22,000 mark. Is Device getting it done with that scout. Such a strong player. The form is just beautiful right now. Here we go, the final kill. Electronic goes down. And just Glocks, couple of P250s, no armor, no nades. They might not post a frag until the first gun round. It's
very possible. Dupree's gone straight in, though, down, trying to get into the jugular of the terrorist, and he is going to fall. Just too many players swarming him, and he was running a solo mission. Magisk in the meanwhile is going to be able to clean up. where he left off. So it should still be the round, but obviously Navi've got their first kill.
The good news is really that Dupree doesn't necessarily want the SMG. That's the bonus round. He goes a bit more aggressive to try and farm some cash with that. He doesn't necessarily want that against the AK-47. Same story for Device, really. Sure, you might be saving cash keeping the scout. I don't really want that against AKs either. I'd prefer to maybe even take a bit of a risk here. I'll be interested to see if he keeps it in his hands. I assume he will, but certainly not the ideal weapon going into that first gun round. Pretty much clean sweep there. Just Dupree goes down, and that's 1 kill after 3 for Navi. Edward picks it up. Money about the $4,200 mark. AKs across the board, and we'll see whether Navi wants to up the ante, maybe go for a faster play, or will be very slow, methodical, smokes outside, get one player down there, try and pincer towards ramp, something like that. Simple's got a great spawn. We'll see if he decides to use it. Heads towards outer, and they are indeed going to be setting up the smokes. You'll see these every single round. It's all about consistency and taking information away from the CTs. If you drop those smokes, you can send 4 players there, you can send 1, you can send 0. CTs still have to react to it.
Nate's flying towards outside. Device is going to be trying to utilize his AWP, but he's not going to be able to see a great deal. Glaive did have a small gap, but the flashbang and the fact that Device is already pieced out of there makes him think twice about hanging around in the same angle. So he's going to be biding his time, just looking over the smokes. Information is being gathered for the time being. Can call, no one's got down secret just yet. But Navi now going to start to make a move in, and Device strikes again. Yeah,
just to know, he did pick up the AWP, obviously didn't fancy the scout in the first gun round. I think that's an excellent call. He's found the first pick. Electronic, one of the key fraggers for Navi, goes down. Look at the lack of utility, but they drop frags. Edward will find 1, Simple with the second, 3-on-3, and now looking like Navi have a chance here.
Zeus already made a move through Squeaky. He's going to get the upper hand onto Device, but May just answers straight back. 45 seconds in which to try and get this bomb towards the site. Zeus now all alone. Up against both Magisk and Zipex. Magisk going to drop down to join his teammate. The bomb is to Zeus's right in main. So he's going to have to make a move out into the open. He doesn't have any nades to help him out either, and his health is being whittled away. And Zipex will finish off the kill. Astralis remain unbeaten.
Closest they've come to a round so far. Navi able to trade frags outside, but that difficult buy, they barely had any utility Vince whatsoever. That comes from force buying in the second. No Molotovs. HE's lacking. They had a couple of smokes, but they used them at the very start of the round, trying to finish off towards upper. If you have a smoke in towards heaven, even a Molotov to buy some time to get on that site could have been a different story. Too much pressure applied by Astralis. Zeus, he had a decent attempt there, managed to get some damage off, make things uncomfortable, but overall 4-0 in favor of Astralis, homing in on maximum loss bonus. Navi will have to take the partial buy here. CZ's armor, I'm not sure whether Simple will join them in that respect. He might want to get out of the AWP. Could be time. They have taken a tactical timeout. You're going to see a lot of these through the grand final. Allows the teams to coordinate with their coach. 30 seconds with not so much pressure applied. They can work out how they're going to buy, what strategy is going to work out for them as we get into the next round here. We'll have a look as to whether these 3 smokes from Navi will yield any sort of success. I don't think they will. It's a very difficult map to operate on. And the fact they've gone for CZ instead of Deagles, I feel like that's not as powerful in this sort of map. Desert Eagle does provide the most kills.
Could it also suggest maybe more of an aggressive play where you're running straight in with the ability to spray with the CZ, but so far Navi are holding back. Apart from Electronic, he's made inroads downstairs. He's going to be walking into Device and will get put down a peg or 2. So after Navi's tactical timeout, not much has seemingly changed for Astralis.
Well, that's the first pick. Device playing a safe game down towards Secret, and they're going to commit towards up. A horrible choke point to get through. They might be able to do something with this. Dupree, he'll find 2 kills dropping down. Bomb still can be planted. This 1D could be everything. Zeus steals the frag away. 2-on-2 now. That should be a kill for Device, not quite. And we still got a chance here for Navi, Vince.
We do. There's Zipex with the first spray and the second. It's going to be Astralis winning again. They cannot lose right now.
They're doing an incredible job. This is the perfect start. Their money's starting to swell. They're keeping decent numbers alive each round. Sure, Navi are always going to find kills on these sort of rounds. They're an incredibly skilled unit. But as long as they don't get the round on the board, all is well for Astralis at this point. Another buy, this time a bit more utility for Navi. 5-0, like we said, this is the maximum loss bonus. If you do 5 rounds in a row, each player gets $3,400. But this is what we want to see from Device. This dynamic gameplay, getting in their faces, using the AWP close range, and being unpredictable.
Really trying to switch up the pace. As so far, nothing has been working out for them. They've got close a couple times, Flamey close to death on 43, but Electronic, again, moving downstairs. Last time Device was there to meet them on the staircase with his AWP. This time it could be Zipex.
They've got a crossfire, though. You can see Glaive on the other side of the steps. This is the wombo combo down there. It's very difficult to get past, and the smoke will hold them at bay. Glaive and Zipex, perfect positions, and the smoke might even funnel them back towards outside. They know they've got to wait at least 15 seconds as it's checking for flanks at this point.
This could come crumbling down. If they have to go back outside, they only have one smoke to use.
Yep.
All of their smokes have been utilized just to get to this point.
Device is actually watching the lobby right now. He's called. They're probably down towards Secret. He's got no activity towards lobby. These two players are in perfect positions. They just need to get the timings correct. Zipex need to take the aggro. That's where Glaive will peak.
Zipex just going to buy this time a little while longer. Must know there's going to be a lot of terrorists, a tsunami of terrorists flowing his way. And so far, they're devouring everything in their path. It's too easy this round for Navi. Finally, we're seeing what they're capable of. Device still remains. He's been informed this event, but that was way too much to ask.
There we go. Navi on the board, Vince. And like I said, that crossfire towards lower, that should have been a lot more powerful. Timing is off, I'm afraid. Glaive did not back up Zipex. The fact that no kills or damage was inflicted by the time they fully committed, 5 players down there, they were in perfect positions. They had to have better communication and say, I've got the aggro, you need to face at this point. They're all going to be looking at Zipex. Glaive can spray them down, but this didn't happen for them. Shotgun for Dupree, a weapon we're seeing more and more here on Nuke. Maze towards Squeaky, that should do some damage. Trying to getting slightly tagged up, same story for Flamey. But this is the big round for Navi now. If they can win this one, it's going to break the back of Astralis. They'll have no money going forward. Luckily though, Device still on the AWP, but Simple will be joining him. And he's trying to hunt for Device right now, seeing if he'll peek towards Secret.
Just goes to show how cruel a mistress the CT side can be. Astralis had a phenomenal opening 3 rounds, losing only a couple of players.
Yeah.
And now they're eyeing up the very real possibility of ecos. Device did just catch a glimpse of Edward pushing through. The call would have came, but Glaive had his hands full after taking down Electronic. Nice shot though onto Zeus from Device. That will give Astralis the player advantage, make it 2, and it could soon be a 3rd. Flamey out in the open will best Device just about, but he took a shot partially through the wall, so he's down to 54. Astralis though, 3 on 2, with just under 50 seconds remaining. Simple, still alive, has the bomb. Magus perched up in heaven. Navi looking to take outside control.
They still have flashbangs, the smoke, the Molotov, but a man disadvantage. Simple sometimes counts for 2 players, Vince, so we'll see whether he can open things up. Zipex patrols lower, Dupree. He'll be holding the huts with the shotgun. Magus got his back. It's looking quite good in terms of the setup. Magus aware there is a chance to come towards heaven. Time ticking away now. Molotov will give away that position. Simple needs to strike. Magus, a lot of pressure here. Missed 1 bullet, and this could be the round falling against them.
10 seconds. Magus with 1. That should be good enough. The bomb's also dropped down. 5 seconds. Dupree just has to wait. He goes through the smoke, but it's okay. It's going to hurt Astralis, but they've got the round secured.
Absolutely so. Well played. Dupree knows he can commit to that one. Even if he does go down like he did, they win the round. It takes 4 seconds to plant that bomb. It has to read 4 at the very top of your screen. He made sure that was true before he even struck, waiting in the smoke. Simple gets the frag, keeps his gun, but he'll get no money for the next round. His teammates feeling the burn as well. They only get $1,400 after winning the previous round. Timeout for Astralis. They certainly need it. You're absolutely right. It does hurt Astralis, but they have to work out what they can bring to this round. Zipex will have the M4A4 Dupree SMG. Still not out of the woods just yet. That was a decent round, but Device is back on the scout now. I would say for most people that's a problem, but the way he's been playing with it so far, it might just be ideal. Looking at Navi, they're probably quite happy with the situation as well. The fact they got to use a timeout. 1 CZ for Zeus, 4 AKs around him. Utility testing pretty decent. Distinct lack of Molotovs, I'll say that, but overall, this is perfectly fine. Simple goes towards outside, and you know he'll be gunning for headshots, and he's going to deliver them. My God, goodbye, Glaive. And that's an early 5 on 4. He makes that play because he knows the money's so low for Astralis. There's not going to be an AWP available for them. And now Dupree has to try and pick up the pieces.
Device is tagged 4 players, though, with this scout.
That's insane.
Unbelievable. So even though the odds certainly favor Navi, a couple of them just a bullet or 2 away from death. However, Magisk 1 on 4. This is going to be an heroic effort if he can get this clutch. Not going to happen. The first hurdle proves to be too steep a challenge.
Well, this is when the grand final really starts warming up. Navi have got a gimme now of maybe a couple of rounds here. Double eco required for Device and Glaive. They're both hovering around the $1,400 mark. They'll get $1,900 into the next round. That is not going to be good enough, I'm afraid. And I love that gung-ho method there from Navi. Straight outside, simple, go find headshots. And if you tell him to do that, most of the time, he'll find them. Glaive challenge outside of the rifle, and he lasted about 5 seconds before Simple found him. Device, great job with the scout, you're right, but let's see what they can do with the CZs. Apparently a lot, 2 kills out of nowhere.
And Zeus is low additionally. Edward and Simple will chime back with kills. You got to wonder, are they going to be able to hold on to this? Double nade stack, not going to land onto Glaive, who's on the left side from Zeus's perspective towards ramp. Who gets tagged once again, now down to 18. Simple is going to try and come in, see if he can carve a path down to B. But this map still on a razor's edge, as is this round. Anybody's at this stage.
CZs unable to pick up rifles from their fallen opponents. They have done significant damage here. Zeus down to 18. Simple, 60. Less than a minute remaining. Of course, they do have the bomb and lobby control. Seeing if any more CTs want to get aggressive here, maybe present a mistake. Glaive holding towards ramp. He could be tested here. It's going to be Zeus to go in first and be sacrificial for Navi to get the information. Hopefully they can trade. Actually a bit of a ruse, dropping the smoke and perhaps walking towards upper and seeing if Zipex will react to the smoke.
Damage inflicted again. He's going to get pushed. They put in Zeus first. Zipex has ran out of ammunition. He literally has no bullets left. So the fact that Devices came in for a kill is so huge. 14 health. Simple charges out onto the site. 20 seconds left. And finally picks up the bomb. Now Zipex has got an AK-47, so both players are able to wreak down some chaos onto Simple. Post-plant, they're going to allow that to happen. Don't want to isolate themselves into 2 separate 1v1s. Need to push him together. As good as Simple is, if you don't, he will win the round. There's the first one. Flash out into the open again, and Simple is going to go 1 step short against Device.
What a round. What a round. Astralis coming in with the CZs there. 2 opening kills. Things got very chaotic very early on there. That was the force buy. Like I said, that's double eco territory at that point. You might as well buy up what you can of the CZs. And if you win that round, you're right back in the game. Lots of money now. And it will be an AK picked up by Device. He'll probably drop that for a teammate. Maybe he wants the AWP. We'll see how that transpires. He does indeed purchase the orb. There it is. Money's still decent for Navi, but Astralis with a huge success there with just the pistols. Simple. You felt like he was going to win that one. As soon as he gets that 1 kill and separates the herd, you feel like, well, he's probably going to take it. But Device holds his nerve, takes him down, and it will be round number 10 here. Still, Astralis feeling the burn, and Electronic knows it, going in towards upper. This is a very fast approach with the flashbang is good. Mages for 2, Dupree chiming in as well. Simple still alive, but Zeus is roasting in the flames. 3-on-1, and Simple's got it all to do.
He thought when Electronic rushed out, he was going to get something done there. At least 1 kill. Simple going to vent dive. See if he can at very least get a bomb plant. Will they respect him enough not to peek? The answer is yes. Want to make sure they all face him together. The new box onto Nuke will allow Simple some sanctuary. He's still going to be taking damage, though, through the box. He's down to 27. Flashes, accompanied by a peek from Dupree. Very well played by Astralis, taking no chances.
Some great observations there, Vince. They didn't want to overcommit. They couldn't really justify trying to dive the bomb. It would have been Zipex alone trying to come from the ramp. And sure, he's got a chance of making that frag, but you're up against one of the world's best here. Give him an inch, he'll take a mile every single time. Sure, he'll get the bomb down. That's extra money, but we're trying to win the round at this point. Wait for your teammates, drop the utility. The wall bang from Device actually came in toward those new boxes, did about 80 damage. Flashbangs in, wait for him to fire his bullets, then go in together, pounce on him. Make sure he has no chance of winning the round. Very well done by Astralis. The auto shotgun is out, a fan favorite, and maybe a straight up upper rush. Will the Alligator be able to find any food today? It will! It eats 3! And now it's a 5-on-2. And my God, it's a lot of fun to watch, but the round ain't done just yet. Electronic will be the last man standing. And that's why people are purchasing events with that exact scenario.
Oh, you really do love to see that. I want to see that on replay, maybe even from the team's perspective. Okay, here we go. Just get destroyed. and the bomb also. Somehow the terrorists, like, last dying wishes, hey, let me just toss the bomb on top of Hut for you. Make it a little bit easier for you, CTs.
That was so sick. Well, that's Astralis with a ton of money now. Magis gets $900 per kill. Currently sits on 6K after the reinvestment. Just for pistols now for Navi, 9-2. And the AWP back in the hands of Device. And in terms of the investment, this is just a partial buy now for Navi, saving himself about $2 grand. Oh, Vince. He just out-orbed Device at long range with a deagle.
That's why they call it a pocket deagle in the hands of Simple.
Yeah.
Just neutralized. And it puts Navi in pretty good stead, although Dupree is going to even the odds, and we're starting to see this round come to the natural conclusion that we would have come to have expected. But that is going to hurt if they can't get their hands on that AWP, which I assume they will. Dupree's very close to Garage, but maybe they won't be afforded a chance. This is still up for debate. This is actually a winnable round for Edward.
Time will tell. He has not got the bomb, that's the problem. It's all the way outside, and it'll take him a while to even get close to it, but he has found a rifle here. Pretty good one as well, the AK-47. 39 points of health. Like we said, he'll bide his time at this point and see whether he can somehow pick out the bomb and get towards a site. He really can't afford to walk everywhere here, so he's going to have to make a bit of noise. Picks it up, and we'll see whether he can get anything else done.
25 seconds, pretty much forced into A site at this point. Dupree. Very quick rotation through vents. And it looks like Edward may try the plant for main side, which is going to play even more into Dupree's hands. He has planted it, though, so the boxes at least cover the plants. That's very intelligent. And although he is going to go down, all things considered, that's a solid round for Navi. They came into it with deagles. They take out of it a bomb plant and 4 corpses for Astralis.
Well, there we go. It will be the round, but Edward does manage to get the bomb planted. That's at least something there, and they do a good job. They'll be able to buy into the next round. That is keeping Astralis on a leash at this point. It's getting to the latter stages, though. Unfortunately for them, it's going to be 10-2. Need to post at least a couple more rounds here. It is the CT side of Nuke, but still, it's not looking too good right now. In terms of the frags, rounds they picked up, they were down 5-0. One round number 6, then got reset. Same story with round number 8. Money back in. We'll have a look at the fragging charts right now. Simple. 12 frags at the top, of course. 9 for Edward. Electronic on 5. Need to see him find a bit more. At the bottom, Zeus 3 and 11. Top for Astralis will be Magisk after that fantastic effort with the shotgun.
Looks like outside is going to be aggressed on by Electronic once again. He's got down into secret quite a few times already. Second smoke will shield his approach. Goes for a bit of spray onto main where Glaive currently resides, and that wasn't too far off landing. But again, when you see these smokes land outside, you have to assume there's going to be players down here, and Electronic is going to meet his nemesis of Device once more, although that Molotov will force him out. This puts Dupree. Oh, he was very slow to react there.
Where was the reaction at all?
I'm perplexed. Maybe he looked away for a second. I'm not sure, but he should have had that kill. It was dead on.
Yeah, he had about a second and a half to react to that one. Very strange. But Glaive will be trying to bail them out. 3 on 2, not quite enough. This kill is everything, and it's the bomb. Oh dear, Zipex. He's killing absolutely everyone right now at Electronic. He's got a lot on his plate. He doesn't have any chance here, and Zipex isn't giving up anytime soon. Keeps applying that pressure. Flashbang comes in. Electronic does find some positional control. Can he get that bomb safely?
Device is behind him, I think. Oh, and Electronic, perfect timing on the peak. He had 3 bullets left, and you thought there's a chance one of them would connect into the head, but instead Astralis again, as seems so often the case, in clutches they prevail.
Especially that man, Zipex. Like, how sensational has he been this tournament? In these sort of rounds, just when they need it, they start losing frags. He flanks perfectly. He's the ramp player. He's the anchor of the map. He pushes in towards lobby. It's always a risk. You're not sure what's on the other side, but he times it to perfection and gets them the round in the bag. 11-2. Money still available for Navi. They need these last 2 rounds here. They're going more aggressive towards ramp, it seems, and they're going to be feeding Zipex even more. Zeus goes down with absolutely nothing there, trying to beat the smoke and have the surprise factor, but unfortunately gives up nothing but his own life.
Which is music to the ears of Astralis as they continue to pound their way towards the finish line. This half is looking like it's going to be a nightmare. As Navi have only posted up 2, they've already lost Zeus. They've got Electronic on 20. Flamey will counteract that, though. Tips the scales back in Navi's favor. Probably momentarily, though, you'd have to think his device did have the drop on Edward every step of the way. There was no smokes, no flashes, nothing to help him out.
Absolutely right there. This is looking like a perfect game again. I've said that a few times about Astralis, and this is the best looking Astralis since they won the major. These guys are looking like world beaters right now. This could be your #1 team in the world if they can keep this up. 4-on-3, Electronic low outside. 40 seconds remaining, and they just seem like they're disjointed again. So isolated, Electronic is in a lot of trouble. He wants to think about falling back at this stage. Device perfect position, but a spot one, pulls the trigger a little bit too early, but that just sets him up. Glaive will pounce, and that's the bomb down, and unfortunately for Electronic, his position now given away. 3 players to find, bomb down, no time. I think you know where I'm going with this one, Vince. He won't be able to win this round, unfortunately for him. He'll certainly give it his best shot. Not gonna be hitting them. 10 seconds, and he might just want to consider saving the AK at this stage.
Decides to go broke. Wants to die before time. Maybe not entirely sure as to where that third player was. Could have been secret. Dies after time. It would have been an absolute catastrophe, but it's not exactly great, economically speaking, anyway, for Navi.
Yeah, it splits the difference, really. Even if he does save the AK, he would still have $3,700 worth of kit, which is what he's got right now. So it doesn't really matter either way, you know. But there we go. Final round, and this hasn't really led me to excitement yet. I want to see a close game. I want to see Astralis swept. It's beautiful Counter-Strike being played right now, but Navi really need to start arriving in the grand final. If they can get 12-3, we're still on for a good game. All they need to do is win the pistol. If you don't have the buffer of a pistol round and it's 13-2, this could be a very, very quick first map. Remember, though, this is Astralis' pick, and usually in grand finals, teams will pick up their own maps.
Certainly, and Inferno will be next, where Navi, you'd have to expect, will shine a lot brighter.
Well, that's the best map in their pool right now.
Yes.
That's their absolute strongest. So yes, I would hope so. This, unfortunately, hasn't really looked that methodical. Nothing really has come through. They haven't been getting, what, 1 player towards Secret consistently and having like that effect of picking the defense apart. The one round they won, you have to think, was 5 players down towards low end, and Astralis had a bit of a bump in the road. They didn't look coordinated. Maybe communication was a bit off. But this time, we've got an opening pick. Electronic does take down Glaive.
Haven't really been able to break the rhythm of Astralis tactically and really make them think twice or change things up. However, with the entry frag, maybe that will change in this round. Better late than never. Dupree not going to allow that first kill to come in through main, but the second one will. Electronic onto device, looking much better. Navi just need to claim 2 more frags, and the last round of the half will be theirs. Magisk and Zipex, though, alive again, and with Electronic and Zeus both very low, and makes Zeus dead. This round could still shimmy back into the hands of Astralis. Electronic 17 health now, and his teammate is going to go for the bomb plant on B, but Edward's gone down, and with that, the defuse could come straight in. They know Electronic was last seen in main. Zipex can just hold this down. There's no way Electronic can stop it.
Absolutely not, and it was a round that was destined to be theirs. Oh my goodness, let's throw down the stunner and see what's going on the show floor.
This crowd has been amazing all weekend long, and today is no different. You know what, Marseille? I want you to join me. We're gonna make some noise in here. Let's get a little clap going, shall we? Shall we, fellas? Let's do it. Marseille, do we think Navi can bring it back, or is this one all in Astralis' court? There it is. There it is. Holy cow. Marseille, you are something else. Take it away, Henry.
Thank you so much, Trace. The crowd are hyped. And hopefully they can send energy towards Navi, because right now they look stunned. Astralis are presenting a perfect game of CS, and nothing seems to be going right. They got the first 2 opening picks then, Navi, and they go for the lower plant. It was a good call, but Electronic was so far removed. If he hadn't even shown himself, perhaps if he'd just not even gone towards the main entrance, just gone towards Secret straight away, he would have actually had a chance that they wouldn't have known he was so far removed from the situation. But either way, all is forgotten. We move on to the next half, and it will be Astralis. 13-2 up. If they can win this pistol, Vince, it's over. This map was done. If Navi can do it, I have every faith they can make this a close game at least.
They're going to have to do it without any kits in this round. It's going to be raw, ruthless, trading, dueling. Now, you would have to say that Navi pretty good when it comes to that, especially through this event.
Yes.
But Astralis, a very tactically minded team. Can they break the duels?
up to Simple first. He hits a wonderful headshot to take down Mages. Unfortunately, that's all he's going to find. 4-on-4 now. Dupree looking for his second kill, can't convert it.
And with the second kill, that puts Astralis onto the back foot. Two of them now going to try and push out of ramp. They need this kill to Flamey. Zipex hopping through the air. Going to connect the headshot. Glaive in the meanwhile forces Edward back. Quick rotation though from two of the CTs down to B side. Trying to stop this bomb plant from coming into fruition. And meanwhile the remaining Navi player was last seen on A.
This is all about Glaive showing presence towards lower. This kill could decide the round. Electronic tagged up. Through the wall, the Glocks pounce on him. And Edward's got a retake from Secret Steps now. Glaive making everything in his favor as he finds both their headshots there. Perfectly positioned, perfectly played. And that's all down to Glaive. Just going down there and shooting towards the vents, pushing them back, making them uncomfortable. They thought it was a lower split. They bailed out, went towards upper, and look at his positioning. Nothing they can do about it. Every shot hit Vince as he finds the kills, and 14-2 comes in, and that's a pretty dramatic scoreline at this stage. We're only one round into the second half.
That's how devastating this has been so far. Inferno coming up next. The Navi maybe half a mind already looking across to the second map. Third would be Train if we need it. I would love to get to Train between these two, but based off this performance, I'm not so sure anymore.
Nuke can be cruel, though. All it takes is that bad start. You don't win the ninth round. It's a map you don't play that much, and Astralis looking like world beaters on it. I'd say they pretty much are the best Nuke team in the world right now. But here's Flamey. He's got a chance here. There's the first kill. Fall back. And he's going for a little bit more and actually gets them. Why they go towards ramp against the CZs, I couldn't tell you. I'd be going outside. But Ramperum as well, they'll drop two, and a chance now for Navi. This looks like a kill for Edward all day long, but no. Glaive does pull it back to the 3-on-3, and it looks like Astralis are playing this incorrectly. Simple certainly not. Two Deagle headshots coming his way.
Not much you can do about that, and Simple's on the prowl for a third. Peek him at your own risk, Glaive. It won't be the one Deagle, it'll be Zeus from the side that snaps away his life, and there we have it, Navi. A round delayed after the half-time, but you got there in the end.
Yeah, that wasn't the best move from Astralis, I have to say. They weren't slow, they weren't methodical, tried to go into the tightest choke point on the entire map, up against CZs. They go through, no flashbangs, no smokes used, nothing to really get information towards ramp. And Flamey, great job by him, but you could see they were panicking at that point. Straight down towards lower. Great shots from Simple, sure, but still, I feel like Astralis could have done more with it. They will be force buying here. Glaive's got the AK out, and we'll see whether he can make it sing.
Pretty widespread are Astralis. Already Glaive moving down to Secret. Rest of the team pretty much filtering out. Just outside, no more grenades. So Glaive's pretty much on a solo mission at this stage. He does have the lonely AK-47, so maybe if he can get a couple of entries, this round could get interesting. Could start to develop in favor of Astralis, but for the time being, Navi, they can hold position. Device has landed a 1-deke, however. Electronic destroyed. And now mid-control not quite as prevalent as it was just a few moments prior. Device is looking for another one. They decide better of it and just back away for a few moments. They still need Glaive to have some impact downstairs. And he's actually moved away. He's in garage instead. Simple goes down to the hands of Dupree. Not like this, Navi. Not like this.
It could be happening, Vince. Every single kill is connected with these pistols, and that one is no different. Mages just schools Flamey down towards Secret and Zeus. He's currently sat on 4 kills, 15 deaths. He's in a 5 versus 1 to avoid map points here, and Device just executes him. 15-3, and that could be it, Vince. They had a lifeline there, winning the second round force buy, but the pistols just make them look foolish.
Astralis didn't lose a single player.
Yep.
Additionally,
Oh,
they
goodness.
clean swept them, and Dupree's Deagle on point with Device. And it was those two guys that were shining incredibly bright earlier.
Yeah.
Best of 3 casted yesterday.
The double D combo, I think
Yes.
we're calling them at this point. But here we go, last chance for Navi. Scouts, CZs, Deagles, 1 and 4 for Zeus. He said he's race fragger for them so far, but oh my goodness, that's not bad at all. Goes towards the squeaky door. Does remove Mages from the equation. Can he find anything more? They'll go towards ramp. Remember, again, the tightest choke point available. Potential CZs on the other side. This time not. They'll head towards lower.
They will by and large take it. Out peaks Zeus. He's going to be very close to burning alive, and the Molotov spreads a little bit too far. Flamey's Deagle won't claim a kill, but does drop Zipex down to just 4 health. Dupree's got his teammate covered, or does the Electronic just opens the door, smashes him, jumps back out of there again.
Wow, that's the bomb not planted.
With the lack of plant, now the initiative, the impetus needs to go back onto the T shoulders. They've got to try and get rid of the pesky CTs that will be in one of quite a few angles. Simple onto Dupree, lightning fast, no chance for Dupree to react. And now Zipex in 4 health, he is the clutch king, but even by his standards, it's just asking far too much.
Well, there it is. Another chance here for Navi. Astralis won't close it out just yet. Ramp towards lower. Zeus actually did a fantastic job there. Gets that first kill in the lobby, actually pushes them into the ramp at that stage. Got another from the vent, burnt to the Molotov at that point, but it was enough. It got them in position. Simple was able to transition across. M4 in his hand. You can see as soon as he dropped the UMP, picked up the M4, he knew a sound cue would be made. At that point, baits out Dupree, completely takes him out, and there it is, round picked up. Zeus having a go with the auto shotgun as well. Round 20. Another buy available for Astralis. 4 AKs, actually looking quite healthy, all things considered. And then we'll head towards lower. Got down there very quickly.
Line up for Simple, and he will oblige. Poking them out the round. 31 health remains. 2/3 of his health for nearly half of Astralis, and he's gone in for one more, of course.
Even so, they're not going to win this map probably, but it's good to see Simple start to arrive. He's starting to get in the zone. That bodes very well for their Inferno. He's going to take 11 rounds in a row, and that's if they even win this one. 3-on-2 now.
Few grenades to play with on both sides. 55 seconds. Device going to be making a move towards lobby. Meanwhile, Zipex is just behind him, so they're looking to stick together. Hope that they can catch an angle where the CTs are weakest and more vulnerable, which would suggest A could be on the cards for them. They're looking to feel out these corners, just make sure there's no one camping close range. But we've seen how deadly the XM is in this very position earlier.
It comes down to timings though, and Zeus has walked away from the hut. Zipex is there in the door. He sees action towards Squeaky Door. Simple takes care of that. 1 versus 1. Zipex is doing it again, Vince. Edward up against him. He's currently in the lobby right now. Zipex seems to be aware. He thinks that Edward is in towards the lobby. Goes to the fake plant, perhaps. Edward thinks it's slower. It's all gone wrong. He still thinks it is. He's fully committed. And oh no, he's realized, and that could be it. Zipex waits for his kill, and it will be delivered. The 3-on-2 goes in favor of Astralis, and the first map is a resounding victory for them.
And it ends on a Zipex clutch, as he do, with an ace on top of it. Unbelievable performance by Astralis.
Yeah, that's got to be one of the most perfectly played Nuke games I've seen in a very long time. They're looking like true masters of the game right now. This form is impressive, and they're looking so incredibly poised as well. Calm plays, good decisions, maybe 2 mistakes made in the entire map.
Simple didn't play bad. He just didn't have that many opportunities to shine. He didn't have that many opportunities to show the world what he's capable of.
But we did get glimmers of it. Towards those last few rounds, he was the only thing that was keeping them in the game. It took 3-mans, 2K spray downs to keep them in it, but it was enough. And remember, that was Astralis' pick. We move on to Inferno next, which is Navi's best map by a long shot. They can do some damage there, but for now, Vince, we're going to throw it over to the analyst and see what they thought about that one.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll be right back with you, Henry and Vince. But first, just a quick conversation from our analysts. Less me, more them, talking about that first map. Henry just described that as on close to perfect Nuke.
Yeah, blink and you miss it. That was a quick one, Alex. I think definitely Simple still putting up numbers. That last round is the perfect example of how that game kind of went for Navi. He got 4 kills and they still couldn't convert the round. That's a rough place to be in, and T-side Nuke is always hard. They did have their options. They were finding opening kills. They were trading. The difference was, for me, Astralis were getting multi-kills after those initial trades came in. That wasn't happening versus Gambit earlier in the day.
And we talked about the importance of pistol rounds for Astralis and how good they got their gun rounds are, and we saw it here coming off to a great start, winning the pistol round, and that's where the problem comes in for Navi. You could see they couldn't win consecutive rounds in that first half. They would win, lose, win, and then that was it until the very end, until the second half, actually. So very dominant from Astralis across the board.
I mean, excuse me, with Nuke being so heavily CT-sided, was there a way back in for Navi? Was there a moment where they could have been able to string them together, or was the scoreline too great?
No, in the middle of the game where they forced them onto those pistols, right? And they pushed lobby, Magic's got one, I think Dupree got the other, and then the trades came back. And that's where Navi, if they were able to convert that round, if they weren't going to be so sloppy, they had a window to get back in and string some rounds together and get some momentum, start forcing the rotations. But losing to those CZs, losing a round like that, that's super important on T side of Nuke especially, that's where things for me fell apart.
This clutch, we have to have a conversation about it, Yanko. Edward, was that just a huge misjudgment, or did he hear the sound as he was dropping? I mean, that was catastrophic. Xyp9x with a 1v3 to win.
Yeah, it could have been potentially a sound miscue, or he just thought that, you know, Xyp9x is going to go straight to the lower bomb side. He could plant straight away. In any case, Astralis would probably end up winning this map regardless. But don't forget, this was the same scenario. I mean, look at that ADR on Astralis. Just ridiculous.
Holy
4 players
hell.
close to 100. But just remember, like the game in Kiev, it's the Star Series land, same map pool, right? And same start. Astralis dominant win on Nuke, map 1. Then Inferno was a 16-14 win for Navi, and then Navi had a 16-5 win on Train. So with the same map pool, you would expect Navi to obviously put up a better fight.
Yeah.
But I don't know, Astralis, that was 2 months ago. Astralis is looking so strong at the moment.
Absolutely.
I think they might just close it out in 2.
Well, let's spend our last 60 seconds just talking a little bit about that Inferno. Astralis, we've made it clear, Chad, we've said time and time again that they do seem to be able to waste your time on Inferno on their defense very well. But what can Navi do to combat them? What are Navi going to be bringing to this Inferno to keep things closer than Nuke?
I think it's the same kind of game plan. Make it a brawl, right? Keep them honest with the economy, keep your foot on the throat, and make sure that they can't build and get full utility all the time, because they are the best gun round teams in the world. When they have all the Molotovs, all the AWPs, everything that they want, that's when Astralis are at their most dangerous. And now we've coupled that together with pistol rounds. I hate making that a win condition, but Navi are definitely going to have to grab one here.
A pistol round at least. Yanko, anything to add to that list?
Maximum focus when Astralis is low on money. Like that reset round Chad mentioned on Nuke that they lost when Astralis pushed lobby. It seemed like they caught Navi off guard. So those are the rounds that you really need to win to force them on that eco and get some breathing room for yourself.
Breathing room needed for Navi on map 2. They're against the wall. Inferno is where they will defend their chance to lift the trophy in the center of this glorious stage here in Marseille. We will take a break. When we come back, your casters will be guiding you through Inferno. We'll find out if it's the last map of the tournament.